Alaikum, dear students. Now we will be studying about the and interpret the regional variation, density, and distribution pattern of air transport network in Pakistan. Let's proceed. Okay. These are air transportation in Pakistan, which includes domestic, national, international flights, right? PIA, Pakistan International Airline, is the main government authority which is there in Pakistan. That's the national airline of Pakistan, also, right? Now, let's look at this map, which shows this map it shows the Pakistan Airways, right? Or the air bases right there in Pakistan, different airports that which includes international and domestic airports. Military air bases are also being shown here, right? So the way we used to do the distribution pattern for railway and road network, likewise, you all have to do the distribution pattern of air network of Pakistan, right? And then you will be explaining the reasons also for this distribution. As we can clearly see, if we will look the differentiate, we will see the international airport and domestic airport in Pakistan. So all areas, everywhere, we don't have international airports in Pakistan, right? And then other than that, domestic airports are more in number than international airports. If that is clearly visible through that map, right? And then other than that, again, the major city centers or major where the population is more, like in this plane, they have more number of domestic or international airports than where the population is less in number, like you can see Cape northern areas of Pakistan and Balochistan area also, right? And so it is uneven distribution. It is clearly visible here, right? And then concentrated big cities where the airports are more in number, and then we can see in Zob and Turbat and all these areas, the airports are not being found there, right? So if we'll discuss the reasons of this distribution, so the reasons would be, as we can see the densely populated areas, we can see the in this plane, right? Punjab area and Sindh area. So that is the densely populated areas of Pakistan. So availability of great passengers are there, right? And we can see the major cities are also being located here, right? So the affluent people are there, those can afford, they have high standard of living, so they can afford to travel by air network, right? Everyone, all of us cannot afford to travel by air network, right? Or we cannot afford air transport. And this area, other than that, this area is industrial hub also. Multiple industries are being found here, right? So for the movement of perishable items, right? And those are susceptible to damage, right? Those items can be transported, and but those should not be bulky, definitely. Otherwise, the excise duties we have to pay, that would be too much than the amount of that particular product. So that is why the number of industries, due to the number of industry, perishable items can be transported through by using air network or air transport. And why not? Why the number of airports are less in Balochistan and KK and northern areas of Pakistan? Due to relief, right? Rugged terrain is there. Climatic conditions are not favorable to that area, right? So it's difficult to build runway in that area due to that continuous landsliding, avalanches, and snowfall, right? And it is not feasible also to make airports in that such areas, because most of the time, due to if I'll give example of these northern areas of Pakistan, temperature is very cold during winters, right? And snowfall, avalanches, landsliding, that is common in that area. Unfavorable weather conditions are there, I must say, right? So in that, that is not at all feasible for the government to make airport in such areas, right? mm, and construction of runway, definitely that is also a very difficult task to be done in that particular area, right? mm, okay, let's proceed. Okay. PIA, that's the national airline of Pakistan, right? As we all know that. Then PI8 operates cargo delivery system within and outside Pakistan, right? We do transport or trade with other countries by air network, right, on daily basis. Perishable items like fruits and vegetables on everyday basis, that right, they can Pakistan, they do export to UAE, right, in different states of UAE, right? So that's we use international mode of network in that, for that cause, right? Its main hub is Karachi Jinnah International Airport. We have number of international airports, right? These are the major airlines. In Pakistan, PIA, Shaheen, Blue, Air Blue, and Air Indus. Air Indus, I think it's not functional. Before Air Blue was also, it was non-functional, but now it is again, it became functional, right? And number of international airports that we have it, we have Jinnah International Airport in Karachi, Benazir Bhutto International Airport in Islamabad, then we have Allama Iqbal International Airport at Lahore, then Bacha Khan at International Airport in Peshawar, then we have Quetta International Airport definitely in Quetta, right? Okay, and Peshawar Sialkot International Airport is also there. Okay, now you can, that was it for that. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, these are the international, that is the international network. How do Pakistan connect with the rest of the world? By air network. Almost to the entire world, we do connected with the rest of through air network, right? As you can see. Okay. What are the cargo service that is being provided by PIA? Sorry, that is again the freight operational network, right? It boosts export. It boosts tourism also, right? The cargo services are being provided, right? On everyday basis, as told you, and other than that, also the cargo services are being provided, right? Mm, these are the domestic air transportation in Pakistan, like Air Blue, and these all are air domestic, also Shaheen Airways, right? The Pakistan airline operates nearly 100 flights daily, servicing 18 domestic destinations, right? Um, let me tell you the difference between what is the difference between international and regional airport or domestic airport, right? Basically, domestic airports, they are small, right? They're not very large or big airport like international airports are very huge in airports, right? And then other than that, for domestic or regional airports, the maintenance cost is very low. Why? Because it operates within a country, right? So international flights, they don't come on that domestic airport, right? So flights usually come in daytime. So there is no control tower in domestic airports. There very small planes can come and go in domestic airports. Other than that, international airport maintenance, it's they are huge airports. The maintenance cost is also very high, right? It operates within and outside the country. Flights come in day and night time, right? So control towers, that is also present in international airports. Small and big planes can come and go in those international airports, right? So they are dealing with the uh, they are the busiest airports, right? And which deals with the different flights, international and domestic. Both of these types of flights are being managed in international airports, right? Okay. What are the factors to build an airport, right? There are some factors, right? For example, the land area for an airport should be a plain area, right? Ideally speaking, the plain area should be there, so it's easy to build a runway, right? Vast extensive areas being needed, that should be away from residential area, and safe from natural hazards also, right? So that these all are the factors. And other than that, for we discuss some of the human factors and the national factors for domestic airport, right? It deals with the country only, right? So they are established. If a city specialized in industries are there, like for example, Hyderabad Airport and Faisalabad Airport are there, right? So that these two are industrial hub. Cotton textile industry is there in Hyderabad and Faisalabad also, right? So there is a need of that. So on need basis, the domestic airports are being established. For tourist attraction also, like for example, if I'll give you example of Mojadaro Airport, right? That's a domestic airport there. For tourist attraction point of view, right? For an access to inaccessible areas like Gilgit, Chitral, and Skardu, we do have one domestic airport there also in Skardu, right? In order to provide service to the local people also, and for the tourist also to go and visit and explore that area, right? And again, these domestic airports, as they're very small, so during harsh weather conditions, they cannot work. Let's discuss some of the disadvantages first, then we'll come to the problems, right? Disadvantages of airports, that is the flight delays or cancelled due to weather conditions, right? And custom and excise duties are there. We have to pay duty if we are over our cargo is very heavy, right? You're exceeding to the weight limit, so you have to pay the duty on airport itself, right? So maintenance is expensive, cannot reach in northern areas with ease, right? And if I'll talk about the importance or advantages, right? So in that beta, the fast delivery, right? It's usually between 24 to 48 hours. The delivery is being done. Customer is not kept waiting for the long time for the order fulfillment, right? It encourages tourism, improved service level, or trade also can be happened, right? And then these are some of the problems like financial position. For quite a long time, the PIA, right, it suffered a lot due to corruption. Again, overstaffing also one of the problems in for the PIA, right? Definitely Civil Aviation Authority that is responsible for it, right? So institutional mismanagement, corruption, that and the maintenance and repairing of your cargos, right? And sorry, your aircrafts, right? That is the major problem because the maintenance cost is high. Uh, Again, the government is reluctant to was reluctant to invest capital in it, right? In this particular sector, so it definitely did face a lot of problems, right? Due to that, the financial crisis also being faced by our air transport authority. Some of the solutions, that is privatization, right? That is not always a solution, but then still it is one of the solutions, right? Then bailout packages, we have to give packages, we have to introduce packages to our customer, right? For example, if I'll give you example of different airlines international, the other developed countries, they do give packages on weekly basis to their customers, to their passengers, right? Weekend packages and all, where the fares are very less, so people they do avail to travel by air transport, right? So if that happens to in Pakistan also, definitely the revenue would be generated, right? The more revenue would be generated in less time, right? And acquisition of new aircraft, that is very much needed. Effective management and special incentives, that should be again to given to the uh, employees, right? So they definitely they work well. Okay, now let's discuss some of the yes, importance, right? Importance of air transport, that it is commonly used by businesses for delivery of goods from distant suppliers, right? This mode of transport is useful to deliver products with short lead time, fragile goods, and products that are not bulky, right? That could be transported in less time to its destination. Products in high demand and short supply may also be air freighted in order to meet the customer demand, right? And yes, that's it. Other than that, okay. If we'll talk about the development in air transport, so more advanced facilities are available at airport. High quality and comfortable planes are available. More important, export within outside to the European countries or migrated not, they can easily move from one for our country to another country, right? For delivery of goods, right? for due to as we have international airports, right? Services are being there. Now people, as they have high the affluent people are there, the standard of living has become very higher, right? So people can afford air transport as compared to the past, right? um, and one of the solutions that just now it came to my mind, that could help to resolve the problems of air transport network, that would be foreign investment should be there, right? Like earlier we did the Emirates airline, right? Or the UAE, they did help to Pakistan, they gave them some air cargo aircrafts, right? So foreign investment is needed for more tourism could be established. Some strategies should be there to attract more number of tourists to Pakistan, right? So in that in regard, you have to build some infrastructure in terms of international hotels, five-star hotels, right? Should be there to provide ease to the foreign tourists, right? Or foreign businessmen or foreign investors, right? So definitely they'll be able to come. Not only we will be able to boost or establish our international air network system. Other than that, industrialization could be happen, right? Or that would be and definitely that Pakistan's economy could go in a uh, could be boosted in a better way, right? So let's end this meeting here. Inshallah, I'll come with another topic. Allah Hafiz from my side.